Yes, reminisce. Carrying the traditions of Sankofa, man. 'Cause we got to go back and collect what we forgot. And I go by logic, and I'm here with my brother.
Mindbender Supreme. What up? What up, no? Yeah.
That's what's up, man. We out here always represent hip hop culture, man. It's a lifestyle. It's just a way of how we move, how we think, how we operate, and it's here just to move everything forward, man. So we're going to keep representing all day, every day. Before we get into today's, business, man. We always got to start with our check-ins.
hmm
So let's
hmm
set it off for us, my brother.
Oh, I'm feeling pretty good, man. Life is all right. I'm in a transitional space. I'm definitely got to start the new chapter of me and honor my legacy. But my health is good.
Okay.
Yeah, man. Yeah. There's my health is all right. I got a little bit of rough news last week, but
Okay.
peace to that. I'll bring it up later. But how about you? How you feeling?
Yeah. No, definitely feel nice. One thing that's on my mind right now, which I something I shared with you earlier, is that the Stolen from Africa YouTube channel is now monetized, man. Like we made the requirements. And for those who don't know, it is a bit of a hump to get over because it requires 4,000 hours of like viewer time. So like people watching your channel or content, adding up to like that amount. And like we finally were able to make that, and now the channel's monetized, which means the content that we put out could potentially generate some income, and this is one of those things where I feel like everything just kind of falls into place at the appropriate time because there's so much um, archived interviews that we haven't even put out. That what I mentioned to you before is that the interviews are timeless. That the content of what we're talking about is timeless. That it's going to be so amazing to see how well the topics have aged and the gems that we can like revisit. So we live in an age now where everything's all about content, and one thing that's for sure is content is there's no shortage of that when it comes to like our experiences and our wisdom and whatnot. So yeah, I'm excited for this potential, man. I'm more motivated to go out and film events now. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm like, okay, this could potentially be the one that just really brings it over, right? So,
Hey, man,
going
this shit
forward,
is. Yeah, man. Something that you just do regular could just be
yeah,
you take off, man, and like you just never know. Like right place, right time, boom, viral, boom, big money.
that's all it is. That's all it is. And for me now, because and we talk about this a lot, like attention currency and all that stuff, and I'm recognizing the game of how it operates. And hey, okay, I'm gonna tap into that, but I'm not in it for like like the shock value and whatnot. But I understand, I'm studying the game a little bit, But all we got to do is really offer value, something of value, interesting conversations, the things that we build on, and just essentially continue doing what we do. You know what I mean? Like have more guests come on, and so I'm excited about bringing in old content that hasn't even been released. Like I got mini DV tapes. Okay. I got mini DV tapes. I got Super 8 tapes of content. Okay. Okay. Exactly.
I
You see
found
what
my
I'm saying?
box of mini DVs, and you know what it
Let's
says on one
go.
of these? You know what it says on one of them? It says Planet Mars on one of these mini DVs.
Let's go. Let's
I
go.
got a Planet Mars video. I got gold here. Oh, you know what else I found? I found a mini DV from the hip hop Metro Summit, which happened in 2003.
I
That nobody
remember
knows
that.
about. You
I
remember?
was there.
You remember exactly. So somebody forgot to. I was talking to Liam, and he's like, "You remember when we talked to Chuck D?" And I was like, "Oh fuck, that's right." So I had at Metro Hall, Chuck D talked to us for like 45 minutes because nobody was there. He's like, "I'm here all day and nobody's here. I'll just talk to you guys." So he was like, me and three other people sat and talked to Chuck for an hour. Royce the
Wow.
5'9" talked. Special Ed talked. And then it was a bunch of Toronto cats, Theo3, me, you, Eternia, all these
Yeah.
random like,
Yeah.
even Ricochet was there. So
Right.
I just found that tape. I'm like, yo, man, like random Chuck D interview and Royce the 5'9" from 2003. Like, I got
Well,
gold here.
that's what I'm
You
saying.
do
And
you have your mini DV camera?
it doesn't it's not working well, so I'm gonna like invest in that online. I'm gonna find some used cameras, and then what it is now, there's like cords, that you could like just directly connect to your computer and just like transfer stuff or whatever, right? So I'm looking to get all that digitized, you know. So I have the DVD, the mini DVs, and then I also have like hard drives. You know what I mean? So when things like evolve to like more of like digital storage, there's all of that too. So we say all this to say that Stolen from Africa content is coming. There's a lot to build on, a lot of exciting stuff, and especially since Toronto is always changing. And what I like about the documentation is like we capture these moments in time. For example, I was going through the YouTube channel and I was looking at footage or clips that I uploaded, and I had one from Dej Loaf, artist from Detroit, and it was her first performance in Toronto. For some reason, I had the video private, like it was just like not even like on it. I'm like, why am I not putting this out there? Anyways, I was watching it. I was like, oh, this was her first show in Toronto, and it was at the Cool House. So the video starts like, you know what? I should pull it up. Let me just pull this up, man. Hold on. Let me find this up, man. Hold on a second. Yeah, because like it starts off with like the outside to the Cool House, and I'm like, wow, man, this doesn't even exist anymore. This is crazy. Hold on a second. Let me see what we got here. Okay, hold on. So watch. Let me just bring it back. This is doing stuff with Hip Hop Canada. Shout out to Hip Hop Canada. Wait, where did it go? Hold on. No, there was like, oh, maybe it's somewhere else. Anyway, so this is the Cool House. I don't know if I can hear some sound on this. Let me see.
I swear.
Yeah.
Where we at with it? We good over there. I think we good over there. We good over there. I swear. Who made the words? Look. Talk to him, Paige.
Hey, I'm just trying to stack these 10 balls. Where the fuck these labels at?
They still a pin call.
Look, I be going off the head dog. Niggas think he hard.
I'm gonna tell him.
All right, well, vocals aren't really the best though, but this is like one of those like Reminisce Show moments, man. The Cool House, I always love that venue. I mean, to me, it was like the perfect blend of grimy, but a little bit of a step up. You know what I'm saying?
Cool House was it was exactly that middle size. It was like you could get like 2,000 people, 2,500 ram up, but like it was still underground.
Yeah,
and like you could still see them, and like you could get some people. If you're up in the front, you're good.
True indeed, man. True indeed. Yeah, man.
I man, so many classic shows I saw there, man. I saw Kanye get a Rockefeller chain there, man. Like,
oh, that's crazy. That's crazy.
Yeah, I was standing sides. Yeah, man. Like, so I could just do a Cool House alone. Just man, that's when MF Doom came. I saw Gnarls Barkley there, freaking man, Tribe Called Quest, Black Star.
Yep.
Yeah, man. Doom. I saw Gnarls Barkley there. I saw Fabulous there. Man, just so many. Cool House is so ill.
Yeah. So I know you got a lot of footage. We're gonna come up with a real strategic plan. So all the folks who've been following the Reminisce Show, man, we've been doing this for like 4 years, just getting our feet wet, man, just keeping it moving. And now I'm telling you, man, some exciting things are coming down the pipeline, man. I'm excited for this.
You're right.
Opportunities, right?
You're right. This is what we've been building up for. And let me see. I can't quite. He asked me not to say anything, but I can say a few little. I can't show exactly what I got today, but I can say that the Flyer Vault homie Daniel Tate has he's working on a book, and his book will be officially released tomorrow. It's going to be launched, and I'm pretty sure I can mention what the book is, but I just can't show it. So it's 25 years of concert history at Scotiabank Arena, and the book is the book is spectacular. I got it right there. I can't quite. She asked me not to show it till tomorrow, but so I'm in there because I did a Lil Wayne story, and
is there like a photo of yourself in there, or is it just like text? Like,
my text is in there, and also my ticket stub. So yeah, I even have my ticket stub from the Lil Wayne concert. It was like Carter 3 show, and it was a special show because it was like beginning of like Drake. So like he brought Drake out, and it was actually Drake's like first arena performance, I think. Yeah, actually, I think it was his first arena performance. So yeah, the book's coming out, and it looks really good. And he says we'll be able to chat with him a little later on in the month, but he's just like hella busy right now because the book is dropping tomorrow. So yeah, so shout out to the homie, and yeah, man, just yeah, it's definitely time to talk about that concert history.
Yeah, like there's so much, and these are moments for me, man, that like preserve culture and like identity and the history, and so much is changing in Toronto on a daily, and these are the moments that we really got to preserve, man. We got to like remember ourselves. Like Sankofa is always so relevant, like more than ever. Every time I hear it, I'm like, man, like this is what we got to be doing, building that foundation, preserving our culture and our history. It's that lost element, man. The knowledge of self, right? We gotta have that.
That's it, because you see all these people who don't have it, and they just float in, literally lost. And you're like, yo, you forgot where you came from, man. Like, this is how cats wind up in jail and whatever, or just and not acting like themselves. And it's like, bro, man, like you do you remember what this is about? Why we got into this? And remember who we've lost along the way and what we came from? Like, wow. So if you forgot, we're happy to remind you.
That's it, man. That's it. So have you been to like any shows or anything this week? Like any outings or
No, not really. I mean, I went to a sex party.
of course.
I went to a wild Halloween sex party. Shout out to my friends at Allegra. But no, I don't think. Oh, one thing though. Happy to say, apparently it's official. The Phoenix will not be closing at the end of the year. Yep, the Phoenix is official. I saw it on the Phoenix officially released it. This isn't some other people. Like the Phoenix says, we've secured funding to stay open for at least 2025. So they're not closing in February or January like they first said. They're going to be open at least one more year. So yay to that.
Okay, that's what's up.
Yep. So yeah, man. Was kind of pissed off that I missed that Core Mega show, but hey, there will be more. There will be more shows.
Speaking of which, like, what shows are coming up right now? Like, is there anything that's on your radar that we should be tuned into? Because now, man, like we got to come out, we got to be making content, interviewing people, talking to people on the road, man. Like bringing it back, man, taking it back to the streets, man. Just like
Straight up, because people need that real now. People are, I mean, I see people being like, hip hop journalism is worse than it's ever been. And like, you got Adam 22 and academics out there repping. And it's like, these people they don't give a fuck about the music the same way OG veteran journalists do. So we got to show them, like, we still doing it, man. It ain't a damn thing changed. I mean, it's not coming up soon, but Tyler did just release his album, and he did it. I'm pretty sure he announced his Toronto show, but it's like, I think it's next year in like March or April or something like that.
Yes, I'm very much aware of this. The only reason being because my 15-year-old is a big Tyler the Creator fan, so she was really keen on letting me know about the concert that happens in July, actually. July.
Okay, yeah. Later, okay.
So I knew about this for about like a week now, about a week when she told me, and she's like, "Want to get tickets and that?" So I was like, "Okay, I'm gonna see. I'm not gonna make any promises. We'll see what we can do." But yeah, I got the word from my daughter, man. She put me onto that. But I would love to, be there, and I think that'll be some great content as well. So.
Yeah, and I mean, I'll be there too for sure because I saw his last show. I saw ironically, I saw a Odd Future show at the Phoenix, and I think it was their first show at the Phoenix. So I've seen Tyler at the Phoenix all the way up to Tyler selling out, and I saw an Odd Future show at the Phoenix. But when I saw, I think it was at the ACC. but it was just Tyler by himself. He was headlining alone. Well, he had Jaden Smith opening up, but it wasn't Odd Future. It was fucking Tyler the Creator. Like Tyler is. It was for the Igor tour, so it was really dope. And this Chromacopia, I listened to it, the album. I listened to it twice yesterday. Actually, it's really good. The music is great. The music is great.
I'm gonna take it in.
Yeah. Lyrically, I think he's kind of doing the same thing he's always done, which is cool. But he's not saying anything too wild. But the music is beautiful. Music is beautiful.
No doubt.
And it's just actually refreshing young black music out there. Yeah. I'm happy for Tyler.
Man. Well, I mean, for me, I'm just glad, or like you said, it's refreshing to have just more and more diversity in the music. You know what I'm saying? Because I mean, we can get into like the topics of like the drill music and the scene and what's been happening right now. It's wild, man. So when we have people who are just bring that creative energy and just really pushing the envelope of like representation or whatever, it's dope. Like I'm excited for his live show. I think it's going to be great.
Yeah, absolutely. His live show is always dope, man. He's a really good live performer. He's fun, silly, and yeah, man. Yeah, I'm happy for it. Yeah. Shout out to Chromacopia. It's pretty dope. I don't know. There's not another. There's some other wild things happening and shit. Which one do we start with? I mean, I don't want to say too much about it, man. But Lil Durk, man, he fucked up. I'm sad. I'm sad for the mistakes that guy made, and man, he just got involved in a murder for hire plot and ended up. I gotta give a shout out to Quando Rondo, because Quando, his cousin ended up murdered instead of him. Yeah. Wow. And I actually saw the footage. I saw the footage of him. Like, they actually, like, there's a video of Quando coming out of the car and he's screaming, and his cousin's dead body is on the ground bleeding, and he's like, it's the moment that he discovers that his cousin's dead, and he lets out this like heart curdling scream, and then he put out a message a couple days ago where he was like, yo, man, I'm done with all the violence. I don't want revenge. I wish peace on my enemies, Vaughn, and even the guy who he's like, yo, even to Dirk, who just killed my cousin. He's like, peace. I'm stopping the cycle of violence. So I hope that just continues, and this is over.
Man. Like I really hope that there's like more of like a shift within the culture. Because right now we're at a point where it's all about like preservation, man. Like we're just like destroying ourselves, and it's wild, So we just gotta get faith and keep pushing forward,
Yep. Word up, man. New Clips album. Clips is signed to Def Jam now, and got an album called Let God Sort 'Em Out.
Word. It's so funny you mentioned Clips right now, because I was watching earlier like a documentary on Malice, like when he like changed over to No Malice and going through all that, and just like just seeing their whole path. So you mentioned in Clips them coming back together. I've always been a huge Clip fan, so I'm excited, and that title right there, man, clever. I like that.
Yeah. It's funny because it's got a little bit of Pusha and a little bit of No Malice.
It's perfect. I'm like, that's clever. That's good.
Yeah. So I'm happy for them. And apparently they were saying that they were just waiting for one last guest appearance before they like said that they were like, we're out. The album's done. We just want like one verse that we're waiting for. So people are assuming it's like a Jay-Z verse or something. But apparently it's done soon or coming soon. So there's that.
All right.
There's a new DMX album coming. Oh, and interestingly, I saw there's a new DMX album coming called like Chapter. I think it's called Chapter X, Let Us Pray or something. And apparently it's like a mix of like rap songs and prayers. And there's apparently some prayers.
Something that would be really cool to have like a DMX like audio prayer book or something just all of like DMX's prayers, because man, he really goes in, man. He really brings in that Holy Ghost, Holy Spirit into the place, with his
Yeah.
prayers, man. It's powerful
Yo,
stuff, man.
yeah, that's what it says. It's called Let Us Pray, Chapter X, coming December 13th. The songs will be a combination of X's prayers and new material recorded by a star-studded lineup of guests, including Snoop Dogg, Killer Mike, and MC Light. Also, Kanye West, Alicia Keys, and Missy Elliott. So, yeah, yo. And then even some like Lecrae, Mary, Lena Bird, Miles, Terrence Martin, so I'm assuming those are like gospel artists. But yeah, like it's gonna be like prayers and raps from DMX.
Wow, I like that. You know what? That's peace.
Yeah, totally. So that's what's up. Peace to DMX. I love that. Yeah, man. So that's coming in December. Oh yeah. Well, maybe we'll just say one little quick thing.
Yeah.
It's almost election time in America.
When is election time? And forgive me for my ignorance, because I'm not really tapped into that. But
November 8th, I think, November 7th. November. Yeah, it's like
next week.
Yeah, it's in a week and a half or something. Yeah. Big times. So yeah, man. I saw some of the clips of the Trump rally. Trump had a big rally at Madison Square Garden last week. And straight up, one of those guys just said some shit like he just made some like very blatant reference to those dudes eating watermelons, something like that. Just like, yeah, bro. Yeah. No, like some of the clips were like just blatant white male fucking racist like I'm like wow. You're just like, you can't even be offended by it because you're like that's so okay. At least you're not hiding.
Right.
It was just like, he's like, yeah, he didn't say nothing like porch monkeys, but he's like, yeah, those dudes there, all they do is eat chicken and watermelon. I'm like, wow, bro, you're on a microphone at a political rally. Wow, this is wild.
That's great. Oh man, word.
So
chicken and watermelon is actually a great combination, man.
Right. Like, don't knock it till you try it, son. Like
on a hot summer day. Come on now. Word.
Yeah. Really. You ain't tried it yet, son. But
let me ask you this, man. I want to ask you this. Like, if you could put together your like a dream like concert list of star-studded event, like 3 headliners, what I mean? Like who would be those 3 headliners that are just like, oh my god, they have to be alive though.
Performance here?
Yeah. Anybody, as long as they're alive.
I'd say Drake. I'd say Drake, Kanye, and Jay. No, I'd say Drake, Kendrick, and Jay-Z.
Drake, okay.
Yeah. I'd throw that together on one stage. How about you?
Trying to figure out my camera. Oh, there we go. All right. Man, I'm trying to think. Like, whew. Okay. Yeah. Say Outkast.
Oh.
Yeah, Outkast will be super dope. Something, I actually want to see Kendrick Lamar live, yo. You know what I'm saying? Like, I wouldn't mind seeing him live there. And trying to think, like, something, I wouldn't mind seeing Jay-Z live again too. I remember we saw Jigga, man, and I was impressed by like how he was able to like move the crowd with such like minimal like effort in terms because he's not like a guy who like moves around much on stage, but it was so hype, and I was just like amazed at that, like that he was able to do that. You know what I mean? To like move the crowd like that without even really like moving like that. So, anyways, yeah, those
You're
are
absolutely you're right. And I mean, it's just the wildness of putting Drake and Kendrick on a stage together. But I'm actually more of a fan of Outkast than I am of Kendrick.
yeah,
So but I mean, just as far as like the wow factor of it, I would put all three of those guys and be like, who's the real king?
you know they're gonna go at it. You know they're just
Yeah,
gonna be like,
all three of you, three kings battle.
it's like
but
real verses. You know, like
yeah,
verses.
like straight up, like all these same stage
Yeah,
hits only. Who's the best performer? Who's got the best songs, and who does the
that's
best
it,
show?
bar for
But
bar. It's
but yeah,
yeah,
man. But still, like I mean, part of me would be like, my heart would want to see like Outkast, Nas, and like yeah, like I don't know, Mary J. Blige or something.
yeah.
Yeah, man. Oh
Uh,
my, oh shit, that's a good question. But yo, man, what else is going on? There was something we were talking about before the show that I said I was saving for the show, and I can't remember what it was. What do you remember? What I said? I touched on it briefly.
oh, oh, um, nothing comes to mind at the moment, man. What did you
Oh,
want to bring? What did you want to bring?
uh, uh, jeez, I can't even like what was I? Uh, um, I was bigging up Snoop Dogg. Uh, well, 6ix9ine got arrested. That wasn't what I was talking about. Um,
Oh man,
16 years ago today is the passing of Bernie Mac.
oh wow, yo,
Yeah,
shout out Bernie Mac, yo. I
yeah,
always rate him, man. Like he was so dope, man. And even I just remember how Cat Williams was just like bigging him up and defending him. Just confirmed like what I've always like sensed from him. So yeah, man, big up Bernie Mac, man. Rest in peace.
everybody says he was such a good dude, man. Like people are just like this guy was just the best. Um, um, yo, I don't know, like there was some news that was well, Halloween's coming up.
Yep. What's there something else in the news? What else is in the news?
Uh, there's a Foxy Brown documentary apparently coming out soon.
Okay.
Yeah, I didn't even see the trailer.
That actually would be really, really interesting to hear or to see rather. Yeah, Foxy Brown definitely. When she came up, man, she was really in the thick of it, man. When things were really bumping.
Yeah. Oh man. Foxy Brown. Yeah, Foxy Brown apparently on her Instagram, she says she had the biggest bidding war in rap history. Four biggest CEOs were at war to sign the Foxy deal. Fucking war was crazy. Russell, Puff, Jimmy, and Sylvia. Shit was nuts. She says the documentary explains why she chose Def Jam, but
Okay.
yeah. So shout out Foxy Brown history always, yo. Like she can. I love Lil Kim forever,
Yeah,
but like we need to talk about Foxy and Kim. Like,
we do.
yo, man, Foxy and Kim all day. So
They're really like pioneers in a certain way, man. Like they really open up the doors for a lot of things. So big up to
hell,
them.
hell yeah, man. Like, and people, people sleep on Kim, but like people sleep on Foxy way more.
Yeah.
And it's
Always
like,
like collabs, yeah, man. You know what I mean? With like the female rappers and they came through. The 90s was so great, man. Loved it.
for real. And apparently they did an album called Thelma and Louise, like,
What?
yeah, like and somebody is sitting on it. And like, I don't know how many songs they did, but they actually actually did it. Foxy and Kim did record a thing together. Yeah.
That would have been
Yo, and man, yeah. There's some of the stories I hear, man. I mean, there's so many things to be mad at Diddy about, but like, I only recently heard that Puff Daddy is the one responsible for crushing a song between Michael Jackson and Little Kim, and apparently, like Michael Jackson was apparently a huge Little Kim fan and wanted to make a song with her. Yeah, and wanted to make a song with her. Yeah, and apparently, and yeah, no, I heard
that would have been interesting.
It would have been so ill, and I heard this out of Kim's mouth herself. This is not even. I'm like, somebody was like, "Yo, I heard you were gonna make a song with Michael Jackson," and she's like, "Yeah," and she's like, "I found out." She goes, "I found out when I met Michael." Michael was like, "What? Why aren't you returning my calls? Why aren't you returning my calls?" And she's like, "What do you mean returning your calls? I didn't even know you called." And Michael was like, "Yeah, I keep calling Puff Daddy to put a song together between us. And he keeps telling me that he's going to." And then Kim was like, "Oh, what? I never heard Puff tell me that at all." So then Kim approached Puff and was like, "What are you doing? Michael Jackson's calling you to make a song between us?" And he's like, "I don't think you're ready to do that song." Yeah. So Puff Daddy is the reason why there's not a song between fucking Little Kim and Michael Jackson. Like he literally cock blocked it, and Kim downplayed it. She's like, "Yeah." The person who asked her was like, "Yo, I'd be so fucking furious with Puff," and Kim was like, Kim was like, "Yeah, I just was like, at the time I couldn't do much, so I just accepted the L." And Kim was like, she just like took the professional approach, But like, I'm like, yo, I'm like, God, you fucking, and it's like, it's not even unthinkable because Michael Jackson made a song with fucking a Notorious Big. Like, this is like, it actually, that happened, but like, it's like, yo, man, like, we could have had more collabos. So
that's
like,
crazy, man. It just shows, man, the mentality and how they operate and, want to be blocking blessings and just, it's wild, man. Wow.
Straight up, yeah, it's so wild, man. The hating that goes on, man. Like, we could have much more things than we actually have in the world, but some people are just selfish and greedy.
Yo, I wonder what that song would be about.
Right? Like,
I wonder.
It would have to be something like some relationship, something sexy, like. Man, but it would be so fun.
Ankle, like I'm like so curious.
Imagine them going back and forth, like Little Kim and Michael. Like, what the hell? That would be so ill.
Yep, exactly.
Man. Yeah.
But
yeah, man. Let me see. What else is there? I don't know. 50 Cent turned down an offer of $3 million to perform Many Men at that Madison Square Garden rally. So shout out to 50 Cent for doing that. He's like, nah.
And that's that's the like with Trump in them. Which one is this? Got you. Yeah. Oh boy.
Yeah. So Fifth was like, fuck that shit.
Many men.
Yeah, that's crazy, right? Wish death upon me. That's crazy.
Like America.
Fucking America. Absurd.
They love it, yo. They love it.
They love it. I know, right? Like, it's the wildest, yo. Shit is this. Yeah.
Well, I'm glad that 50 made that choice.
Right.
Wow.
Yeah, right. Like, oh, oh man, oh man. I keep. There was something I was like, I'm gonna save it for the show, and I was like, I'm not even gonna get into it, but now I
You gotta
can't.
write that down.
Yeah. Um, wasn't Trump? Wasn't 50? Well, the NBA season has started. Shout out to that.
Yep.
Um, yeah. Marlon Wayans is gonna do Scary Movie 6.
Okay.
So shout out to the Wayans brothers. I don't know what this is. I don't even know if I was just gonna talk about Chromacopia. I don't think so. What's that?
It's okay,
Yeah.
man. It happens sometimes.
Yeah, too much random weird news in the world. The world is just I don't even know what's going on, man. Shit's just trippy. 6ix9ine just got arrested. Not that anybody cares about him, but yeah. And Tory Lanez is not coming out of jail. Some people thought that he was getting an appeal, but yeah, it was not. Apparently, Meg is about to put out a documentary. Yeah, so they were saying this is the reason why Tory was starting up some appeal talk in the streets or whatever, because apparently Meg is putting out a documentary on Halloween or on the 20, on the 3rd, like in a couple days, and she says that she's gonna clear the air and tell her side of the story. So
Okay. Well, I'm definitely going to be tuned in. We tapped in with that, and see what the sister has to say. Yeah, and it's like let's just get it together, people.
let's just get it. Yeah, man.
Yeah, man. Because as you know, the saying goes, man. Once we get free, everybody's free, man. You know.
It's real. That's real, yo. It's real, and we got to do it for our peoples. Yeah, man. Yeah, I ain't got much else. I forget the news. Yeah, I think that's about it.
All right. Well,
And you see any good TV shows lately?
you know what? Interestingly enough, I've been like rewatching the Power series. So like I'm on like season 2 right now. Like going back to like the beginning, and it's still pretty good. Like I'm watching it. Like I'm like this is dope, and seeing like little Tyreek, getting involved in his his whatever. Like that's his like origin story. You know what I mean? And seeing that like and then looking like how much he's like evolved and like where he's at now. It's really really interesting. So no the
I
whole
will. Yeah, sorry, go on.
no, the whole series is like put together like really, really well, because in the original Power, there's a scene where, Kanan and Junebug are there and they're like older, you know what I mean? So I'm like, oh, that's Junebug. But then in Raising Kanan, it's the younger one, but this is when they're older and da-da-da-da-da. So it's just like kind of cool to see that, to make that kind of
seeing older Junebug and then seeing Junebug's come up story. Oh my god, the fucking pain. Oh, Junebug got done so dirty.
Right. So now you understand, like why she's, like where she's at right now. So
yeah, Junebug. Oh, my heart breaks for her, and I think she is literally one of the greatest voices of the last 20 years, yo. Like on TV or she actually put out music, and like she's got she's got songs under her real name, like Haley. Haley, whatever, Pilford or whatever her name. I'm fucking it up. Haley Kilgore or whatever. But yeah, she's a sick ass R&B singer, and she's like, you could tell she's like a big fan of 90s R&B. All her videos like sound like SWV, Mary J. Blige vibes, like total. And she's just like, like they're like on the show, you see her and you're like, yo, why aren't you singing? Like, yeah, she sings. Like, she's just not just for TV. Like, but yeah, I just wanted to quickly say, man, I will forever salute that show because I hated young Tariq, the little fucking young Tariq. I'm like, yo, young Tariq. I'm like, yo, kill this motherfucker. I want to punch him. I mean, gets his sister killed. Man,
Yeah.
this. And then like what Tariq, who he grows into, like the character arc they give him, you're like, yeah, I'm like, I'm following him. I love him, and I fucking, I
Yeah,
want him.
yeah,
I want him to succeed. And like, I
yeah.
hated his guts 3 years ago.
Yeah, I know. I know a lot of people felt the same way. Absolutely.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it was, and I was just like, I'm like, yo, I'm like, when I hate a motherfucker like that, I'm like, he's just acting. Y'all just are really good at what you do with the show. He's just, it's,
yeah.
it's
And
just
for me,
good.
like it's interesting to see how like characters, especially when they're young, they basically like grow up like with the series. From like childhood to like adulthood. I'm like, wow, like your whole like evolution is like on film. It's
Yeah, on
interesting.
display. Yeah, it's so cool when you see like little baby pictures of him. You're like, oh my god, look at Michael Rainey Jr. Fucking
Yeah,
like, he's like 16, and now we're watching him when he's literally in college. You're like, yo, we watched this dude like
yeah,
actually like graduate.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's what's
Um,
up, man.
word.
Oh man, dope
Yeah.
stuff, man. So yeah, I guess like with that's being said, we can sign off like that.
All right.
Maybe
All right.
a Reminisce Show. And we're gonna continue to do this every Tuesday, man. Like look out for more, video content, Reminisce Show live on location, interviews. We got some in the archives we're gonna be bringing up. Really got to keep this, monetization, so content has to be put out, So the good part is we have no shortage of that. But now, let's see where this journey takes us. Big up to everyone who's been following us. It's going to be great, man. We're going to keep going, keep doing our thing. So we're going to sign off like that. You know what I'm saying? And we
Peace.
out.
Love.